I still feel like him saving that life could have topped all of that.
Yes, that should have been number one.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another video on Formula One. We will be reacting to Ayrton Senna, his top 10 moments. Super excited about this video, guys. But if you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit the red subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 50K. We're super excited about this video. Let's get into it.
Ayrton Senna's defensive driving skills were second to none, and he demonstrated his incredible technique at the 1993 British Grand Prix. A great start saw him leap into second place at turn 1, just ahead of his great rival Alain Prost in the Williams. But even with the professor in his slipstream, Senna displayed his mastery of both the Silverstone circuit and the art of driving to hold him off for a full 6 laps in his slower McLaren. During qualifying for the 1990 Spanish Grand Prix, a blistering lap at the Jerez circuit saw Senna put in a time of 1 minute 18.387 seconds.
Woo!
That is fast. He's just speeding around everybody.
Ball car is special.
Career pole position, with the Brazilian going up.
Okay, so this is before the halo, the little protection on top of their head.
Right, yep.
Gerhard Berger. 4 years earlier, the first Grand Prix to be held at Jerez saw one of the closest finishes in F1 history. Senna led in his Lotus, but on the final lap, his now very worn tyres were failing, and a freshly shod Nigel Mansell was bearing down on him. Senna defended superbly, but as they hit the final straight, the Briton darted alongside, and the two future champions sped for the line. Senna held on and took the flag first.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say they crossed at the same time. But he got it. That was close.
During practice at the 1992 Belgian Grand Prix, Eric Comas crashed his Ligier at the high-speed Blanchimont corner at 180 miles an hour.
Now I see the need for that halo.
Was unconscious with his engine still running, and his foot pressing on the accelerator, pumping fuel into the system. Senna stopped his McLaren and dashed over to his stricken colleague, and spotting the danger of an imminent explosion, switched the engine off. Comas would later state that Senna had undoubtedly saved his life.
He went and switched it off for him.
Wow.
He didn't care about that race. That's the first
1988 Japanese Grand Prix saw pole sitter Senna left stationary on the grid as the lights went out, dropping him all the way to 16th place. With his chances of winning a maiden world championship dwindling, he went on one of the greatest charges in F1 history. Within 20 laps, he was in second place.
What?
How you go from 16 to second?
Prost. Shortly after, caught and passed him for the lead, before going on to take the win. And the 1988.
That boy is blessed. That boy.
A truly remarkable.
Yeah. For real. Get him another bottle.
Happy and lighter, and it's a great feeling.
Great feeling. You went from 16 to first place.
A wet Donington bore witness to one of Senna's greatest ever single laps.
Bro, time out. That should have been number 1.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm about to get into now. Like, this is the craziest things I ever heard ever. Like, this dude literally hopped out his car, saved the life,
a hero.
Won the race.
Yes. From 16th place to number 1.
Grid for the 1993 European Grand Prix, a difficult start saw him drop a place to a young Michael Schumacher. But the Brazilian maestro then displayed all of his wet weather mastery, passing Schumacher
just pulling up on every
man. And by turn 7, he'd overtaken Damon Hill. Then, with 2 corners to go, he slithered inside Prost and muscled his way through into a lead he would not relinquish. Senna's reputation as a wet-weather genius was established in his rookie season at the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix. Starting in 13th, and in near-torrential rain, Senna masterfully maneuvered his Tolman.
Yeah, I would hate to be behind him in this race.
Because all they have is their helmets. They don't have no little windshield wipers.
Oh, that miss.
Race leader Alain Prost on lap 32. But Prost complained that the conditions were too dangerous.
Yeah.
The clerk of the course, Jackie Ickx, agreed, red flagging and stopping the race. As the results were then counted from the last completed lap, Prost was awarded victory, cruelly denying both Senna and Tolman an historic maiden win. Senna's win would come though, and it was again the weather that allowed him to prove his authority. Soaked Estoril in 1985, having secured his maiden pole position, he pushed his Lotus to the limit. As drivers behind him aquaplaned and spun off in droves, Senna sailed around the sodden circuit, leading from start to finish.
With them tires that he
got. Spinning out of control while he maintaining the road.
By over a minute to secure the first.
It's these people that's in the road. Like, these people going fast in the rain. Shoot.
In his 8th season as a Formula One driver, the now 31-year-old Senna finally won his home race in front of his adoring fans in Sao Paulo.
That's big. Yeah, I understand why that's number 2. That's big.
A superb start saw Senna lead for some 65 laps of the Interlagos circuit. But then, with the duck about to be broken, his McLaren's gearbox began to fail, losing a succession of gears until only 6th was available. As Williams' Riccardo Patrese and the rain clouds closed in, Senna managed to steer his stricken car home for the win using only one gear. As the Samba celebrations began, the victor, physically and
I think that's what they said. I think that's what they said.
His grueling efforts was barely to lift the trophy. Perhaps Senna's single greatest moment was this qualifying lap from 1988. Senna himself remarked that his performance that day transcended his sense of reality, saying he was driving the car by a kind of instinct, only in a different dimension.
Instinct?
It looks like it.
His conscious understanding. No onboard footage of the lap exists, but his time of 1 minute 23.998 was almost a second and a half quicker than teammate Prost.
1 minute?
A legend at work.
1 minute?
Man, I still feel like that. I still feel like him saving that life could have topped all of that.
Yes, that should have been number 1.
I respect all that he did, man. This dude is a legend. First of all, he is a legend. I mean, how he drives in the rain, how he just swift past his opponents. But to stop and really not care for yourself, like take yourself out of the equation and help someone else, that's big.
Save a life.
That's big.
Man, this was a good video to react to. I see why we got so many requests to do this. I know that he did have a tragic accident.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to react to that. I would love to see more about him, so request some more of his videos down in the comment section below. Let's continue this conversation there. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We're on the road to 50K, so we're super excited about that, guys. So please help us out by subscribing today. We have turned on our super thanks if you would like to support our channel that way, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace.